I beat my face, moving fast cause the Uber on the way. Taking pictures, make sure you can see no less. That we secure like the money in our safe. I look like bitch, now I'm on the way. But you know.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this set on myself. I found this inspo on Instagram and I thought it was really cute. So if you like this, just keep watching. So I'm applying top coat to my natural nails to make it easier for me to remove the nails when I'm finished at the end, so I don't have to do a soak off or anything like that. I'm also going to try to post consistently on here, like 2 to 3 times a week. If not a nail video, then maybe a vlog or a nail haul, something like that. Now I'm just applying each nail tip to my nail. Also I'm using KDS nail glue. I only use a very little bit, as you can see right here. I wanted to emphasize that you don't need a lot. But yeah, I'll be back on when it's time for the next step. I'll also leave the name and description of these nail tips in my description box. My Amazon list will be there, so if you are questioning any of the tools that I'm using, just check my Amazon list. Now I'm just about to cut the nail tips to my desired length. I wanted them pretty long, so I just went ahead and cut off the stiletto tip part and the edge that made it more coffin. So I'm cutting that down and I'll be back on when it's time for shaping. I believe this is a technique that a lot of nail techs use now to get the perfect shape, but I'm just using a straight edge nail clipper to clip off the sides of the nail so that the nail is straight, and when it's time for filing, I don't have to do much work, as well as getting a really sharp shape during prep and as well as after application. So instead of filing your nail tips, try cutting them on the sides. It really helps make the shaping easier and keeps your shape crisp throughout application. And I'm doing this to both sides. If I had a client, you would see me turn my client's hand around or flip her hand around. But you just want to hold your hand straight up, nails toward the sky, to cut on the other side. shaping, and as you can see, I'm holding my nail file right up against the nail tip. I'm using a Pana 100 grit nail file, and just with different angles, because I'm doing my own nails, I have to use different angles to make sure I get my crisp shape, but I'm always holding the nail file directly against the nail tip in order to get a really crisp shape. My nail files will also be listed in my Amazon listing, as well as I wanted to mention that you should make sure that you hold the nail like my thumb is holding my nail in this clip. As I'm filing, make sure you're holding your client's cuticles as well as the nail tip when you're filing, to make sure you're not hurting your client. And don't be afraid to go back in to reshape the nail if you need to. If you feel like it's not as sharp or as crisp as you desire, go back in and file it again. Now I'm just blending the nail tips in with my natural nail. I'm going back and forth on the top of the nail. If I didn't have top coat on, I would be blending it in a little more seamlessly with my natural nail, but because I didn't want to remove the top coat, I was more careful. You want to make sure you're getting that harsh nail tip line also, because if you don't, it'll mess with your application and make it harder to blend in your beads. So make sure you're just removing the shine from the nail tips as you would do your natural nails, and blend in this harsh line that you see me doing now, to make sure that you don't have a hard time when it comes to applying your application. And in these clips, my drill is not that high. It's a little higher than usual. I think it was on like 3,000 drill speed, or if not lower. But you want to make sure you're never using your nail drill too high, because you could burn or cut your client. So make sure you're always being careful when it comes to the speed on your nail drill. And you're going to see me blending in the side walls right here. That is just because after cutting the tips, you sometimes have a little extra nail that's left behind, and you just want to blend it in again to make sure you don't have a hard time when it comes to blending in your acrylic beads and having a smooth and flawless application, so you don't have to do much work at the end. And now I'm starting the application process, which I'm going to be trying to use the 3 bead method. I noticed that the method that I was using at first wasn't very beneficial to me because I ended up using too much acrylic. So I went back and watched some nail videos to see what I was doing incorrectly, and I figured that I was pressing out my bead a little too much as it comes to the first bead and pulling it down too early. So with this set, I really tried to make sure that I didn't pull down my beads too much and I didn't use too much acrylic or waste too much acrylic. You see me patting my bead a lot because you want to kind of have a drier bead to make sure that your beads aren't runny. Based on the acrylic that you're using, I use Nail.House, so I wanted to make sure it was kind of dried out a lot before I placed the bead because this acrylic could be really runny. I think that since I've been using Nail.House's acrylic, it's become my favorite. I want to get the entire collection because I really like their colors, and I feel like their acrylic is really buttery. It's super good for beginners, so if you're a beginner, I suggest Nail.House acrylics. It won't dry up fast. It gives you plenty of time to work. In this video, I didn't use their monomer because I actually have bought a lot of monomer and I didn't realize that I had so much. So I'm going to be using Critics monomer for a little while because I realized that I have overload of that. But I'll get more colors in the Nail.House collection so you guys can see. I have new colors on the way actually, so I'll be releasing a swatch video pretty soon. In this video, I wanted to focus more on the 3B method. I was using the 3B method at first, but I wasn't doing it correctly. So I went back and looked at a few nail videos to get my structure and my foundation perfect. So the first bead is gonna cover the majority of your nail tip. The second bead is gonna go right on top of the first one to kind of build your apex, and the third bead is gonna be to like finish off your apex and seal your cuticles. So you'll see me doing that, and I'll be back on at the end of this step. And this brush is a number 12 from Acrylics. I will be leaving it in my description box for you all. I just ordered a new size 12 and a 14, so I'm excited to try the 14. We'll see how that goes. I'll be making a video about that soon also, so yeah. I also want to say, you guys are going to see me having like some slight difficulties with my cuticle beads in the cuticle area, because I found that having the top coat on there, being that it's so slippery, it does kind of make the beads slide all over the place more than it normally would if I like remove the shine and the oils from the natural nail in the beginning. So I just want to provide that disclaimer. If you're a beginner, you probably do not want to apply the top coat to your nail beds because it does cause a slippery surface for your acrylic. So just a little bit about myself while we're finishing up our acrylic application process. I am a 22-year-old nail tech from Washington, D.C. I do nails home-based and I really enjoy it. This is what I would like to do full-time as a career. I've gotten a lot better over time with a lot of practice. I'm not perfect yet, and this YouTube has created a way for me to really see my journey and really just help and share tips with other nail techs or soon to be nail techs or those who inspire. I remember when I was watching Natalie Carmona's YouTube as an inspiring nail tech, and I wanted like all of the things that she had all the time, and I wanted to be able to do nails like her so bad. So when I was able to really get the application down pat, I kind of studied it over and over and over again and watched a lot of videos. So I want to be that for someone else. Okay, so now I'm just reshaping the nails. You want to reshape the top of your nails at a slant, not straight across, because you'll make your nails uneven. And just like shaping for prep, you want to make sure your nail file is straight up against both side walls and the free edge. As you see me filing, you'll notice that my file is always straight up against the nail. And notice that I'm still holding my nail with my thumb. If I have a client, I usually hold their nail as well as hold their cuticles back so that I don't cut my client with the nail file. But yeah, that's just the basics that I already went over. Hold your nail file straight up against both side walls, free edge, and watch out for your client's fingers. Don't cut them. Now I'll be going in with my 5-in-1 drill bit. This is like my go-to holy grail. I really love this drill bit because it really seals the cuticles like no other. So this will also be in my Amazon listing, which will be located in my description box. So don't forget to check that out. So this is after a fresh wash, and now I'm going to be applying the design. I thought I inserted a clip of the inspo, but I might have added it out because of the time's sake for the video. I didn't want to make it too long, but I'm going to let you guys watch this design process and I'll be back on at the end. So guys, this is the final look. I thought they came out really cute. try to get some videos under the light. But if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, comment if you learned something new, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.